Is that light flashing? Welcome to amipal, the #1 place on the internet for the sweetest Amiga content. Or at least it would be if I could actually produce any content for you. Lockdown is in effect in Britain and it's wreaking havoc with my recording time. Basically, with Britain in lockdown, I'm providing home learning for my son while also working from home. So it's very difficult to actually get any time to produce any fresh content for you guys, which I'm really sorry for, because I do like doing this and I enjoy showing you this wonderful machine called the Amiga. After all, that's why you're sub to this, isn't it? Not because of this. But anyway, I'll do a bit of an update episode just to get something out. So you might find something useful for this. I really hope you do. I'll share a couple of links with you that I have discovered over the last few months, which I find absolutely fascinating. This is basically like really talented coders who have decided to try and attempt things on the Amiga where previous instances have maybe been slightly subpar. First up is this absolutely awesome demo of Street Fighter 2. Basically, when Street Fighter 2 was released by US Gold on the Amiga, it was probably done on a small budget without any of the original assets, that kind of thing, as was common back then. It's a real subpar game compared to something like Street Fighter 2 on the SNES, for instance. You know, everyone loves that. But the Amiga version, obviously, it fell a bit short. It was released for the A500 for the 1 meg Amigas at the time, so again, limited amount of memory in there, and they didn't hit the hardware as well as they probably should have. So yeah, these guys, a coder and a graphics guy, have basically used their superb knowledge of the Amiga, which they've learned over the years through doing demos in the demo scene, have basically produced this video to show how Street Fighter 2 could look. I say could because it's a demo for what could possibly be, for how it would look on an Amiga 1200. Targeting the A1200 gives you numerous advantages, including bigger sprites, more colours, and crucially a lot more memory. So it will be interesting to see whether they go any further with it. But one thing I will say about the video is absolutely fascinating, the insight they give you into how the Amiga chipset works and how they're able to produce these amazing effects for the Amiga and this big screen that they've targeted for it without hitting any of the CPU. It's all Amiga chipset stuff being done, and it is absolutely amazing. Loads of comments on the YouTube already on the video. Chuck more in there if you like it, but I'll provide a link down there or up there, or however this thing works nowadays. It's great. It is really good. My second pick is for a game called Dread, which is an attempt at making a Doom-style game on a 1 meg A500. I know. The Amiga's not really suited to Doom-style games because it doesn't have a chunky screen mode. It's all planar data, which is really good for scrolling, but not so much for doing individual kind of bits like this. So various tricks need to be done in order to do it, and in the past compromises have been made, like having a very small window on the screen, or just making it really chunky, or sometimes even a combination of both. See Alien Breed 3D, for instance, which is still an amazing game. So yeah, again, more demo coders have decided to bang the hardware of the A500 and decide how can we make a good running A500 Doom game. And it's called Dread. I might have mentioned it previously, but I'll provide a link for that in the other place again. Give it a watch, but I'd subscribe to the guy's channel, to be honest, because it is each video he releases kind of gives you that little bit more of a look into how the Amiga works and how you can do different tricks in order to do certain things. It is very clever. It's something that I'll never be able to do. As for me, I have decided to take it upon myself to do a bit of coding once a week at least on my Amiga. It's always something I've meant to do. I've never had the time to do it. It's just another little thing I'm desperate to do in order to provide something for the community, if anything. I've released a few like AREX, MUI Rex things in the past on Aminet. I've recently released my Worms Director's Cut level called Space Hulk on Aminet as well, which I'll provide a link. But yeah, I want to produce a game. And previous usage of Blitz was probably targeted a little too high out of my comfort zone. I don't think I'll be able to make a version of Civilization Revolution anytime soon. It's as much as I'd love to, okay, it's just not going to happen. So I'm going to try and make a kind of a bit of a shoot 'em up style thing. But I'll show you an example when I have something I'm happy with showing you. A few friends have seen what I've been doing, but I won't show anything till I've got anything for you guys. And it'll be something that it won't be for sale. I'll chuck it on Aminet as well. So there we go. Now, recommendations, games recommendations. Whenever anyone mentions a game that they've been playing, I tend to stick it on the list on my phone. So whether it's me on EAB or the Amiga group on Faceache or on some other forum elsewhere, I'll add it to this list, and at some points I actually get to download it and install it on this machine. So I've got 3 games for you today. The first of all is called Woody's World, made by the guys who did Roadkill, the excellent Roadkill. Woody's World is a very colourful platform game, kind of reminiscent of James Pond 2 Robocod, that kind of thing. It's quite a simple game, but it's enjoyable. I think that's the main thing, isn't it? You know, lots of secrets to go, not terribly taxing, but good fun nonetheless. Next up is The Oath, or just Oath. This is actually quite an old game, 1991, if you believe that. I can't remember who published it or whatever, but details. It's quite reminiscent of Disposable Hero and Crossout, or X-Out, should I say. It's kind of an underwater shoot-'em-up type thing. Very impressive graphics considering it's targeted at a 1 meg Amiga. It looks wonderful. It plays well. It's quite tricky. It's one of those tricky shoot-'em-ups, but well worth a go. Give it a try. And third, we have Jim Power in Mutant Planets. This game I've never heard of before at all, and it kind of makes me think, was it even released in the UK? I think it might be kind of a French label, but I never saw the big box in shops when I was a youngster. It's a side-scrolling platform shooter type thing. Amazing graphics, absolutely neon. It's like, in your face, with fantastic parallax scrolling, excellent soundtrack. Again, slightly tricky, but I think it's worth persevering with. It looks really nice. So yeah, give that a go too. And there we have it. If you have any questions about the Amiga or today's episode, then please give me a shout in the usual place. But otherwise, take care of yourselves. It's dangerous out there. Cheers.